What's up, guys, and welcome back to Epic Journey Through the Bible. It is March 5, and we are still in John 3. We're going to be exploring this story of Nicodemus with Jesus even in more depth. Okay, so why did Nicodemus come to Jesus? What question was he trying to ask of Jesus that he was so ashamed to ask publicly? Well, the crazy thing is, before he's even really able to ask much of anything to Jesus, Jesus says to him, he starts off with just kind of like a gentle, nice way of introducing the conversation. So he's like, hey, we know that you are of God because you are doing miracles, and only somebody from God could be doing those miracles that you're doing, so you must be from God. So we trust that you are from God. I trust, Nicodemus says to Jesus, I trust that you are from God. And Jesus, without just saying, oh, thank you, that's a really nice compliment, I really appreciate the kind words there. Instead, what he says is, no one can enter the kingdom of God unless he is born again. And Nicodemus is like, what? Like, how does that even work? How can a person be born a second time? Is he supposed to enter the womb again? How does that work? And Jesus says to him, no. What I mean is, he must be born of water and of the Spirit to enter the kingdom of God. Now, what does that mean? Being born of water and of Spirit. Well, I find it really interesting that Jesus is talking about this right after, not long after, his own baptism. That's what Jesus is talking about. Baptism. What is baptism? Baptism is where you go, you get in the water. Here's some water right here, where we actually had a baptism last year. But baptism is where you go to some water, and you make a dedication to God. You say publicly, I am on Jesus' side from this day forward. I want to give my entire life to him. And then you are dipped under the water, all the way under the water, and brought back out of the water. What is this a symbol of? It's a symbol of death to your old way of life, burial of that old way of life, and then resurrection to a new life in Jesus. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect from that point forward, but it does mean you're in a committed relationship with him. A lot like a marriage. So a baptism ceremony is really a lot like a wedding ceremony. Only this time it's you and Jesus getting married and joining together forever in lifelong commitment. And we all know he's going to hold up his end of the bargain, right? But sometimes we fail. But he's always there to forgive us and to lift us back up and to welcome us back into his loving, forgiving arms, because he wants that relationship with us. It's not something that he just kind of tells us we need to do. It's something he actually craves and desires, is to have a personal, committed, lifelong relationship with you. Isn't that awesome? It's the greatest news you could ever hear, right? That Jesus, the creator of the whole universe, wants to have a personal relationship, committed, lifelong relationship with you. And so he tells Nicodemus the way to be saved is to be born again of water and Spirit, meaning going under the water, that's the death to your old way of life, and resurrection to a new way of life, that's the rebirth process, being born again. God bless you guys. Have a totally awesome day.